Hi, I'm coming to you live from a damp, dark Portland morning on December 13th to wish you happy holidays and also to thank you for all the sweet notes I've gotten in recent months, um, telling me things like, you think this newsletter is a gift to you. And I'm here to tell you, no. Well, maybe it's a gift to you, but it is really a gift to me because I feel your presence out there. And so during this alone time when we're all kind of hunkered down and not knowing what's coming next, the fact that I can feel your presence out there and that I feel like we're in a communication, a two-way communication, it means the world to me. And I'm grateful that I can share this time with you and that you're willing to read the stuff that I send every week. Um, yeah, so I love hearing from you, to know that I'm not just imagining that you're out there. Anyway, I wanted to give you a little history of my blogging like this, because it actually started back in 2001, 5 days after 9/11. I left my last child at college and also my marriage and took off across the country in my Toyota minivan with my black standard poodle, Molly. Travels with Molly, I called it, like Steinbeck's Travels with Charlie, which is a great book, by the way, if you haven't read it. Anyway, I took off having not, I think, thought of it as a sabbatical because I had been caring for other people for 33 years solid. And I wanted to know if I could be alone and hear myself think. So I took off, and it was scary at first and also really exhilarating. However, I did feel really quite alone. And on the other side, my friends and family were concerned that this 61-year-old lady was driving around by herself with just a dog for companionship. So I began to write a what I called a field dispatch. Every night I would sit down and plug my laptop into the hotel or motel modem. You remember that sound, that staticky sound that modems used to make? Well, they still do, I guess. At any rate, so I would kind of assemble all the amorphous thoughts and ideas that had been circulating in my brain while I drove. And I would include some pictures from the things I'd seen that day, and I would send it out. And then my friends and family would write back with their responses. And it was the way that I felt like I was not alone at all. Fast forward to the beginning of the pandemic, March 2020, and there we were, all of us in the same kind of scary place, not knowing what was going on and how it was going to turn out. Except there was one difference. I was not alone. We were all alone. We were hunkered down in our little caves, in our sweats. So at that point, there was like no need for a color newsletter. So I renamed it Alive! Exclamation point with joy, to remind us and to celebrate the fact that we were still alive. And there was joy to be found anyway, in spite of it, the mess. So this is kind of a continuation of that. And I just want to thank you for reading and responding. Particularly, I love getting your responses. Sometimes you argue with me, sometimes you add new information, sometimes you share your own similar experiences. It's one way that I can kind of verify that I am not talking to myself, because if you weren't out there, I would just be another little old lady in her studio apartment with 10 cats, except I don't have 10 cats. because I'm allergic even to one. So thank you, happy holidays, and I will see you in the new year.